Hello guys. As I was getting ready to prepare some videos for the Tracy show, I had no idea I would be making a video about lawmakers being shot in Minnesota. That was just a moment of prayer. If y'all can't figure out what's going on right now, I feel real sorry for you. But this is horrible and this is sickening. It is disgusting. It is demoralizing. This is not America at all. If we don't do something to stop this man, and we all know the man that I'm talking about, we are going to be looking at hell. We have got to pull together, and I don't give a damn what color you are. I don't even care if you speak English or not. Something has to be done. ASAP. Lock his ass up. Do something. Don't try to act like he's not behind all the BS that's going on. Let's get into it. I'm angry. I'm hurt. It's frustrating, and it's scary. So let's start with this. Minnesota lawmaker, spouse, shot dead in politically motivated assassination. Governor Walz. Then we're going to look at this title. The titles are even crazy. Minnesota lawmaker is assassinated. Assassinated? An act of targeted political violence. That word assassinated is beyond destruction. Martin Luther King was assassinated. JFK was assassinated. Malcolm X was assassinated. Assassinated? My God, help us. Minnesota state lawmaker and her husband were shot and killed overnight in what Governor Tim Walz said was a politically motivated assassination. State Rep Melissa Hortman, a member of the Democratic Farmer Labor Party, and her husband, Mark Hortman, were fatally shot in Brooklyn Park by a suspect impersonating a police officer, police said. In a related shooting, DFL Senator Jen Hoffman and his wife Yvette were shot in Champlin. They are expected to survive and are out of surgery. The incidents unfolded around 2 a.m. The suspect exchanged GUN fire with responding police, but fled the scene and is still at large with a massive manhunt now underway. A shelter-in-place order has been issued within a 3-mile radius of Edinburgh Golf Course. The suspect wore black body armor, a badge, a taser, and appeared indistinguishable from real law enforcement, police said. He also drove a police-style SUV with flashing lights. Our state lost a great leader, Walz said at a press briefing Saturday morning, describing the incident as an unspeakable tragedy. Speaker Hoffman was someone who served the people of Minnesota with grace, compassion, humor, and a sense of service. She was a formidable public servant, a fixture and a giant in Minnesota. She woke up every day determined to make this state a better place. She is irreplaceable and will be missed by so many Minnesotans. Hortman served as Minnesota House Speaker from 2019 to 2024 and held the honorary title of Speaker Emerita, a designation given to former speakers in recognition of their service. Meanwhile, Walz said that he was cautiously optimistic about Hoffman and his wife surviving. Both were SHOT. I'm just going to say it. Shot multiple times. Unbelievable. This has gone out of hand. Unbelievable. My prayers go out to their families, to their loved ones, to their friends, to the state of Minnesota, to the lawmakers who are trying to do right. My prayers and condolences are with you. This was an act of targeted political violence, Walz said. Peaceful discourse is the foundation of our democracy. We don't settle their differences with violence or at gunpoint in the state of Minnesota. Walz was scheduled to speak at the No Kings rally in Minnesota today, but canceled. Huh? Make it make sense. Yeah. He said that the Department of Public Safety is recommending that people do not attend any political rallies in the state today until the suspect is apprehended. Several of those rallies in the state have been canceled. Authorities have urged the public not to approach the suspect, to call 911 with any information. Police said the suspect impersonated a police officer to gain access to the homes. Law enforcement responded to a pow-powing at Hoffman's home in Champlin at 2 a.m., where he and his wife had been shot multiple times. This is horrible. Horrible.
Thank you for being here. In a moment, you'll hear from law enforcement officials who will share with you what they can as up-to-minute update on the situation here in Minnesota. You're going to be joined by Commissioner Bob Jacobson, BCA Superintendent Drew Evans, State Patrol Colonel Christina Bogoyevich, Champlin Park Police Chief Snyder, and Brooklyn Park Police Chief Mark Bruley, as well as the Mayor of Brooklyn Park. We're here today because an unspeakable tragedy has unfolded in Minnesota. My good friend and colleague, Speaker Melissa Hortman, and her husband Mark were shot and killed early this morning in what appears to be a politically motivated assassination. Our state lost a great leader, and I lost a dearest of friends. Speaker Hortman was someone who served the people of Minnesota with grace, compassion, humor, and a sense of service. She was a formidable public servant, a fixture and a giant in Minnesota. She woke up every day determined to make this state a better place. She is irreplaceable, and we've been missed by so many. Minnesota's thoughts and prayers are with her family, her loved ones, her children, and her parents. My prayers also go out to State Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette, who were each shot multiple times. The Hoffmans are out of surgery at this time and receiving care, and we are cautiously optimistic they will survive this assassination attempt. This was an act of targeted political violence. Peaceful discourse is the foundation of our democracy. We don't settle our differences with violence or at gunpoint. In the state of Minnesota, and as recently as last week, in the most closely divided state legislature in the country, we sat down, we worked things out, we debated, we shook hands and compromised, and we served the state of Minnesota together. We proved that it's possible, even in these politically charged times, to find compromise and adhere to the principles of democracy and civil discourse. We must all, Minnesota and across the country, stand against all forms of political violence. At this precipice moment we're on, this tragic act here in Minnesota should serve as a reminder to all of us. The democracy and the debates in the halls of Congress, in state houses, in school boards, is a way to settle our differences peacefully and move society to a better place. We're collaborating with all local, state, and federal agencies on a full investigation. We're committed to keeping Minnesotans informed as the situation continues. I assure you that those responsible for this will be held accountable. And each and every one of us are committed to making sure that a tragedy like this never repeats itself in Minnesota or across this country. I'd now like to turn it over to my public safety team to fill you in on the specifics of this ongoing investigation.
Thank you, Governor, and thank you, everyone, for being here today. My name is Drew Evans, and I'm the superintendent at the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension. I want to start by just expressing our deepest sympathies to the communities, the family, the friends, and everybody that cared about the individuals that were gunned down today. When we have individuals like this in our political leadership, they're not only political leaders, but they're members of the community, well-known members of the community, that the tragedy in a situation like this is not only for them, their friends and families, but us collectively, the communities they represent, us as a state of Minnesota as a whole. About 2 a.m. this morning, there was an original call in the city of Champlin where there was an individual that had shot Senator Hoffman and his wife. Police responded to that location. They were dealing with that and working through that process overnight. And then later on, at approximately 3:35, that another call came in when it was officers proactively checking because they knew of the incident that occurred, and they were going to check on Speaker Hortman at that time, at which time Brooklyn Park police officers encountered the individual who immediately fired at them, and they exchanged gunfire, and then the individual was able to escape during that exchange of gunfire. At the residence in Champlin, there was life-saving measures that were provided there. Both individuals were transported, as was previously noted, and they both received surgeries for their injuries at the hospital, and their conditions are at this time, both those individuals, Senator Hoffman and his wife, are both alive at this time, but they suffered gunshot wounds and are obviously in a difficult situation, but we're cautiously optimistic that they will continue to improve. At this time, it is a very active scene still, as you've seen. The Brooklyn Park Police Department, along with other members, the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, State Patrol, FBI, BC, and many others are actively engaged in a manhunt for the individual that we believe is responsible for this. And so we'll be sharing that identity with those individuals as this progresses, but I'm going to caution you, I know there's going to be a ton of interest in this. We're not at the position we can do that as we're actively searching for that individual. Right now, just as noted, we have teams in the County Sheriff's Office in Champlin are working at the scene there that occurred there. And then we are also, as we're stabilizing this between Brooklyn Park, working on the homicide investigation with Brooklyn Park Police, the BCA, FBI is assisting there as well, and we'll be conducting crime scene investigation there. And then the individuals that were killed will be doing autopsies of those individuals to determine the extent of their injuries and how they passed away. But it was from gunshot wounds. At this time, I will answer questions after Commissioner of Public Safety Bob Jacobson speaks, but we'll be happy to take a few questions.
Thank you, Superintendent Evans. My name is Bob Jacobson. It's my honor to serve as the Commissioner of Public Safety for the state of Minnesota. This is a dark day today for Minnesota and for democracy, but we will not allow fear or violence to define who we are or how we move forward. We will stand together and we will stand strong. Our hearts, of of course, go out to the victims, their families, their colleagues at the Capitol, and to the communities that they serve with dedication and with integrity. These are public servants, leaders who committed their lives to improving the lives of others, and they were targeted in a violent and cowardly way. The suspect exploited the trust of our uniforms, that our uniforms are meant to represent. That betrayal is deeply disturbing to those of us who wear the badge with honor and responsibility. We want to reassure the public that there is increased security in place for elected officials and others who may be at risk. If you see anything suspicious, especially involving individuals impersonating law enforcement, please report it immediately by calling 911 or your local police department. With that, I'll step back and we will be available for any questions. Thank you.
One reminder, please, as you ask your first questions, please don't forget to introduce yourself, your media organization, and to the
What we have just heard and what we are seeing around the country, everywhere, especially today where it's No King's Day. This has never happened until one person tricked so many people, and we tried to tell y'all F-A-F-O. Now look what's going on. I am going to do my best to stay on top of this story because my heart really goes out to those lawmakers being tricked like that. 2 a.m. the police come to your door, or someone dressed as the police, and that could happen to any of us. This is not a game. This is not a game. 4 different people, couples, were shot. 2 are now gone. 1 husband and wife. I'm not even sure if they had kids yet. I haven't even did the full investigation on those 2 yet, on who they are leaving behind besides their friends or whoever. And the other 2 made it through surgery. This is not a game. We've got to do something. And we've got to do it fast. And again, I don't care what color you are. I don't care what language you speak. I don't care. But we have to come together and do something. Because I can tell you that things will probably get a lot worse before it gets a little bit better. But if this doesn't wake America up, I don't know what does. And for those of you who still want to believe otherwise, wait till the new laws start hitting your families. Wait. Then let's see what you'll do. Guys, I will keep you up to date. If they have found this man, who they will pretend they don't have any clue who he is. And I thank you for watching. I thank you for listening. I thank you for being you. And don't forget to do what? I need you to please like, share this video, comment your thoughts, your opinions, and most of all, subscribe. Thank you. Stay safe. Give someone a hug. Tell them you love them today. No one thought we would wake up to this, but we woke up. Amen. Amen. But guess what? Some people didn't. And here we are. Again, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Again, my condolences go out to every Minnesotan. The families, the friends. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. Till next video.